Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft YouTube video. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to build this super cool PC that has a working screen. So let's get into the video. Starting off, here are all the items you'll need. Red stained glass, magenta, blue, lime, yellow stained glass. Next, some glowstone, black concrete, polished blackstone, black stained glass panes, and black stained glass. Then you'll need a whole lot of maps, and this will be for the screen. And then for the keyboard, we'll need stone pressure plates. And I forgot to place glow item frames in there, but you will need some of those. Alright, let's get into the build. First, let's build the PC case out of black concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Then continue out by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After, place 10 blocks, then place 4 more. After that, build upwards by 11 on each corner. After that, connect all the pieces together to create the main PC frame. And there we go, that is the frame of the PC complete. The next thing we have to do is fill in the floor with black concrete. And after that's done, then let's fill in this back wall here completely with black concrete as well. Once you've completed the back wall, then we can fill in the floor by 1 more. Make sure to leave a 1 block gap along the edge of the PC because that's where the glass is going to go. And do the same on the back. Now let's get started with the fans. So, place 1 piece of glowstone and 1 on top and then break the other one. Now with all our stained glass, we can do kind of an RGB pattern. So firstly, let's start with our red stained glass, then magenta, blue, then lime, then yellow. And then after that, let's start with our magenta again, then follow blue and lime. The only reason I did that is because it keeps 2 greens and gives it a little more movement if we take out that red on the second time. Next, we can start on our second fan, so build up by 2, break them, and then we can do that same RGB pattern, going red, magenta, blue, lime, yellow, and then magenta, blue, lime. And those are your 2 front fans, which I believe look really good. Next, take your black stained glass blocks and fill in the entire roof of the PC. Next, let's work on our top 3 PC fans. Place 1 glowstone, and then we can take our RGB pattern with the red stained glass, magenta, blue, lime, yellow, and then repeat the magenta, blue, and then green. Alright, next we can work on the middle fan. So again, continuing with the RGB pattern, let's take a red, magenta, blue, lime, and yellow. But make sure that the 2 greens are never touching each other, so make sure to alternate the pattern, like we're going to do magenta, blue, and green. And as you can see, the greens are on the opposite sides of each other, or opposite corners, giving it a little bit more movement. So always just make sure to look out for that. Then our last fan up top, red, magenta, blue, lime, yellow, magenta, blue, green. And there we go, those are our top fans complete, and I think it looks especially cool from this angle up here. And yeah, they look like pretty cool PC fans. Next, you're going to take your black stained glass panes and line the whole front fan area. And I prefer to use panes because it gives more of like a depth effect, but if you really do want to use the blocks, feel free, but I do believe that the panes look a lot better. Next, we got to do our CPU cooling fan and line it right down the middle and place 2 blocks and break those 2 blocks, and also make sure it's lined up with that middle fan as well. Then, as always, we have to continue with the RGB pattern. Alright, now that that fan's done, we can take our blackstone and line the entire back of this fan. And there we go, that is our CPU cooler done. Wrapping up the fans now, we can put our last back fan, so make sure that the glowstone is lined up with the other fan's glowstone, and keep it on that level. And then again, we can do our RGB, starting with red, and going all the way down to yellow. Alright, that's all our fans done. I think that looks pretty good. But let's take our glass panes and fill in this entire back area. Okay, we can't have a PC without a graphics card, so start there and go out by 6, and then do one layer above that. And then that's one really thin graphics card, so let's make it one layer thicker. There we go. And I would say that is our main outline for the graphics card, but there are a few extra details we can add. And one of the things I like to do to make it an RTX, like official graphics card, is take these frog lights and place like so. That just gives it that RTX look, but if that's too much, use lime glass. And the last detail of this PC, we can take glowstone and place 2 under there, just to give it that RGB effect. And lastly, we can take our glass panes and cover up this whole front section. And there's the fully finished PC. I think it looks extremely cool, but let's look at it at daytime. And it also looks super cool at daytime too. Just, it looks like a really cool gaming PC. But, so, subscribe if you made it to this point, but let's get on to the coolest part of this build, the monitor. So, if you decided to skip ahead to this point, well, we're about to build the monitor. So, let's get started. First of all, well, that's what the PC looks like, but we need to build a power cable that goes to the monitor. And I really don't care how you do this, just make it look a little bit organic. And, I mean, it's a cable, so you can't really do much with it. Alright, now that the cable's done, let's get work on the monitor stand. Alright, so place one block right there, and then go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then build up by 4 on each side. Alright, and once you've completed that, then we can build up by 2 in the corners. And then place 1, up by 2, 1, up by 2, 2, 1. And there we go, that is our monitor stand. And surprisingly, that's actually harder to build than you would think. It took me a little bit to come up with that design, but feel free to tweak it. Alright, build up by 1, and then go out by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And repeat on the other side. After that, we can go up by 9. And repeat it on the other side. Then connect both sides up and complete the frame of your monitor. And now we can start working on the screen. Alright, so if you want to get a cooler effect, I highly suggest you fill in this whole thing with glowstone, because it really does make the screen glow. So just fill in the whole screen with glowstone. After the full screen is filled in, then we can take our black concrete and cover up all the glowstone on the back, just because glowstone can be a bit ugly, so make sure to cover all of this up. Alright, nice. That is filled in, and the monitor is complete except the screen. So the screen, honestly, it can work with anything. It just looks cool with the PC, and yeah. So let's get started on it. First, we have to take our item frames and completely fill in all the glowstone with our glow item frames. And make sure to only fill in the glowstone and leave that black border open. And that is all our item frames placed. So next thing we have to do is get this screen working. So I've got a white map here that I just made, and it was pretty easy. But if you want to make it look a bit cooler, I'll show it up on screen. And this is actually, on my working Nintendo Switch build, exactly what I did. I filled in the maps with the terrain around me. That can also look cool, but since we're on a super flat world, it just looks green. So I went with the white map. But that being said though, fill in this whole screen with your white maps, and then it should look pretty cool. And there it is, the fully completed computer screen. I think this looks super good, and it really does glow at nighttime. And if you choose to do the white, it's super easy, and it does look cool still. So let's get the keyboard and mouse, and then officially finish up this PC build. We have to be able to control this PC somehow, so let's take our glass panes and make a little wire. And make this as organic as possible, and honestly, it does not really matter. Just make it look flowy and like an actual cable. Make the mouse 2 wide and 3 deep, and it's done. Now we can start the keyboard, and let's start by placing our black concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's break that last one. Place it right there. And then we can go out by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then again, go out by 5 and connect it up. And then clear out the whole floor and place glowstone. Then we can take our glass again and make kind of an RGB pattern, starting with the red. And let's do 2 layers of that. And then we can go to the magenta, the blue, black, or yellow actually, lime, and repeat it again. Magenta and blue. And there you go, that's all the RGB done for your keyboard. And now what we can do is take our stone pressure plates and cover each individual space. So this gives the effect of keycaps, but again, I don't know how to make a spacebar because it's kind of just a weird shape. So if you know how, let me know in the comments and I might make a short about it. And there it is, the finished product. That is your whole PC done with a working screen, which I think looks really cool. The PC itself and a keyboard and mouse. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if there's any other things you would like to see me build, please put it down in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.